Alright, so we have real video now. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. I look yellow. Hang on a sec. There we go. Maybe? Hold on. Do one more thing. This one. And this one. Alright. Okay. Now we're there. Actually, I want to see something really quick. Because I almost did this earlier, but I wasn't aware like how much better the webcam actually looks in here. Oh, man. Yeah, webcam looks good in here. At the old location, it didn't look as good. I gotta like center up with it a little more. But the webcam looks good. What do y'all think? Which one looks better, this one or the other? I mean, I know which one looks better because when I take my DSLR and put it in here, for some reason, it doesn't fit right. Like, I don't even know why. Because, to be honest, the DSLR is a better camera. So I don't know why it would look better. Yeah, webcam looks better. And it's easier because, oh, well, I guess I can just tell y'all, did y'all see the video of my new office yet? We posted that earlier this week, I think Tuesday. Yeah, it was later on Tuesday. We posted that video of the office. Did you guys get a chance to check out the office and see what it looks like? If so, what are your thoughts? If not, I can show you really quick because the webcam actually comes off a little bit. But we've got like my office set up right here. And some stuff over there. We got the new chair in today. That was pretty sweet. Got this wall over here. This is for like, you know, shooting video recordings for courses and stuff. And then, hold on, let me turn my screen so I can see what I'm looking at. Alright, so we got this office over here. You guys see the whiteboards are right there. We got a bunch of snacks. I can't get over there, but there's two desks. You can kind of see Ted's desk and a trash can. I can't get too much out of here. But if you guys want to see the whole thing, you can actually go check it out. Because we posted a whole video on it. Oh yeah, isn't that board awesome in the background? We're actually building, we're going to build a shelf that we can actually put over that so it doesn't just sit there and look terrible. But yeah, we're going to build a shelf over top of that big board because it's ugly. But yeah, so that's that. Wait, let me move this over here. A little more this way. Okay. Yeah, this one does look good. I mean, the webcam looks good. It just never looked good when I was shooting from my house because, to be honest with you, I don't know why. It just, I guess the lighting was alright, but even when I put lights up, it still didn't look good. Now it looks a lot better. But, yeah, like, we got this one, right? It's back on the DSLR. But it always looks fuzzy, and I don't know how to make it not look fuzzy. Trust me, I've tried everything. Technology and software sucks sometimes, guys. I won't lie to you. But you guys say hello if you haven't said hello yet, just so I can get an idea. And write your name in there if your name is not your username for YouTube. Because I have a hard time sometimes reading you guys' names, especially when it's like, I like peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Like that's like somebody's name. I'm sure it is. I bet you if I went on YouTube and looked up I like peanuts and Cracker Jacks, it's probably someone's name. Because there's some crazy names on here. So if you guys have a name that is different from... Oh wait, and let me have the chat up. I don't know why. The old YouTube that I used, the previous version before they switched over to YouTube Beta, which is what they're doing right now, it used to automatically do it, but it's like they create a new stream key or a stream URL every time I do a new YouTube video now for the chat. So now I have to re-add it in so you guys can see it. Now you guys can see it. But it's stupid. I don't know. I like the new YouTube studio. It's cool, but I don't know. They got some things that they need to work out. Tyler Smith is on his first live stream. Welcome, Tyler. What's up, Off the Chain Chico, also known as Joel? There's a watch video in VR mode. Is that new? Yeah, I guess, no, it wasn't VR mode, it was 360 mode, but this camera is clearly not a 360 camera, so that was not going to work out. I was playing with the settings before I started, and I shouldn't have. Jorge, what's going on, man? Who else we got? Pat, what's up? Ronnie, what's going on, man? James from Long Island, New York. Suppers. My name is Louis. Montemayo? I'm gonna guess Montemayo. Oh, Montemayor. Made this username when I was 15. LOL, gotta get a new one. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, all the usernames like people have, it's just crazy. That is a perfect. Off the chain Chico 7. I'm like, alright. So then I try to say people's names. I'm like, so off the chain Chico number 7. Your question is, it just sounds funny. Which is better to sell SEO? Which is better to sell, SEO or Facebook advertising? I mean, they're both great services to sell. That's the thing. There really isn't a wrong one to sell there. What you need to determine really is whether one is better for, which one is going to be better for the business or client you're trying to advertise for. But yeah, you can go ahead and start asking questions about social media marketing. I always take the first little bit to just kind of get everybody going, get the juices pumping, and get to know some of you guys. That's really, I think, the most important thing, is getting to know who some of you guys are. Because you guys support me, so the least I can do to support you is have a conversation with you, get to know a little bit about who you are. But guys, I've got some exciting stuff going on in my life, man. We're all kinds of excited. Number one, I got this cool chair, and I can lean all the way back, and this is pretty fantastic. I can't lie. Like, ugh. This chair makes me want to fall asleep, though. Like, I get too comfortable in here. So, yo, look at, number one, me and Ted came up with well, it was mostly me. Ted was just in the conversation with me. I was expressing the idea to him. But I was telling him how they need to make a chair where I can take my mouse, and there's like a little thing hanging off the side of the arm over here that can just boom, 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 And then, not only that, but I have a Bluetooth keyboard, right? And I like to use this, especially like when I'm sitting back from my desk. I'll post up like this, like my feet are on the top of my desk right now. And I can sit up like this, and I can just type from way back here, and my screens are big enough to where it works, right? But I need like a clip-on from an armchair for this guy over here, so I can sit here real lazy like, and go like this and kick my feet up on my desk. Oh man, it'd just be great. But other than the chair, so I actually made contact with someone at Microsoft, or Microsoft Azure. They are more of a B2B type of software, and a lot of, like a large amount of Fortune 500 companies and just large companies in general use Microsoft Azure. They're actually doing really well in competing with like AWS, which is Amazon's version. But they want us to create about 50 to 100 videos, and then 1 to 2 videos each week after that, like forever. Like, they want us to do that forever. So there would be an upfront rate of about $100,000 to $150,000. That would be like upfront. They'd have to pay that before we even got started. Well, really, they'd have to pay half of it up front, and then the other half once we finish the major first chunk of work. And then after that, we would probably have around $10,000 to $15,000 recurring revenue to produce more video for them every single week and kind of run like a training podcast for them. So we've got some really exciting stuff. That total deal is about $100,000 to $150K flat rate, and then $10,000 to $15K per month after that. So that contract alone is about $150,000 to $200,000 in revenue for the agency, which is amazing. We're super excited to potentially get that job. We're actually building out the proposal today. I got all of the information from their exec who manages that department today, and so we're going to be putting that presentation together. Obviously, we got the office. That's been exciting and a lot of fun. It's been a hassle. I won't say, it's been easy, but it's definitely been worth it, which is really, really cool. Not to mention, we have a partnership worked out with Rob Quinn. If you guys don't know who Robert Quinn is, or Rob, I don't think it's actually Robert, because it's ROBB. I think it's just Rob. But Rob Quinn is one of my friends that I've gotten to know since we, both started this journey. I think I started about a year and a half before him on, at least producing content for people. And he does a fantastic job at sales and he's built a sales program for agency owners and a system that he works out. So we're really excited to be able to partner with him. He's actually doing a couple of things. He's training my sales team internally, and he's building out operating procedures for my agency for the sales team. And he's also going to be coming into the digital marketing school to do a series on selling. So basically, he's going to give you guys a bunch about his process that he's used. And I'm telling you guys, he's killing it. All right, this guy is I would put it like every 2 to 3 days, he's landing contracts that on, the entire contract is worth anywhere from $25,000 upwards to, $220,000. That entire contract, whether that be for the full year, a 6-month contract, whatever, he's killing it. He is landing, because he doesn't actually focus on running his agency as much as he does. He has a program where he's teaching people what he's done to be able to get so many high-ticket sales, and he's doing it with cold calling and cold emailing. So I'm excited to be able to work with Rob, obviously, because he's going to, he and I have been talking and, just looking at projection of our ability to scale now. He was saying that he could easily start bringing in a couple $100,000 in new revenue every single month, which he wouldn't be the one doing it. He's going to train my team to do that, which is going to be amazing. So we're really excited, guys. But if you want to learn how to do that, Rob is already in the works as far as putting together new content for the DMS 2.0, and he's going to pretty much give you guys his system that he uses. So all you want to do is, if you're struggling to land clients, go ahead and get in the Digital Marketing School 2.0 now, and once Rob gets that stuff in there, you're going to be ready to go, which I guarantee you will be soon. Rob's a quick worker. But a lot of cool things going on, guys. I can't wait to see what's going to happen over the next year. 2020 is going to be our explosion year. We missed a couple of our goals this year just because growth is a bitch. And it sets you back some. So it kept us from meeting some of our goals for this year, or at least, we probably won't hit a couple of the goals we had for this year, but that's okay. I'm not upset with that. It's a learning experience for me. It's something that I've learned about scaling a business to a certain level now. And if anything, again, like I teach you guys, it's not that I look at it as a failure. It is something that I learned from that in 2020, I'm going to come back and say, okay, here's where I fucked up in 2019. And all I need to do is take that and do the opposite of what I did. Not necessarily the opposite, but make some adjustments to what I did previously. And 2020, I should be able to hit those goals and probably even go further. So I'm super excited about that, guys. All right. Let's see what we got here for some questions. So if you guys have questions, I need you to do me a favor. If you want me to answer your questions, all you have to do is hit that thumbs up button right below the video. If you're in the super chat on your phone, hit the X button right where the chat is at the top. Close that down, hit the thumbs up button, and leave a comment or something like that. Then you can bring the super chat right back up, or the super chat. Then you can bring the quick chat right back up, and you can talk to me and ask your questions. But if you want me to answer your questions, got to hit that thumbs up button so that way we can get going. So do that for me now, and we will go ahead and get started. Greetings from Central Africa. What's up, Africa? I think the only country, or not country, but continent I haven't gotten yet is Antarctica. I'm pretty sure I've gotten people from I've gotten Asia, I've gotten Europe, North America, South America, Africa, Australia. I just haven't hit Antarctica yet. So we got to find someone who lives in Antarctica and bring them on the live stream so that way they can say hey to me. SEO is an absolute headache. Tyler, SEO is not a headache. It is something that is tough to really perfect, but it's not a headache. It is actually one of the coolest in my opinion, one of the coolest ways you can market a business online because of the ability that you have to target specific content, create content without actually spending money on paying for ads, and deliver that content directly to someone who's looking for it if you create it the right way. I know y'all aren't playing with me. Y'all are playing with me. We got 27 people on here and only 12 likes. Y'all better get up there and hit them like buttons, or I'm just going to sit here and talk about my office. Y'all are going to be pissed. Mark Manthi. I'm going to say Manthi. Manti? I don't know. Manthi is what I'm going to say. Anyways, thank you, Mark. We definitely love The Office. I can't really say much more about it. I'm excited, man. It's been a lot of fun moving into this office. Grace Paul, hello, how are you? Aman says he's from India. Aman Gupta Fitness. Aman, you doing fitness? What kind of fitness? Like push-ups and sit-ups and running, that kind of stuff? You do weight training? Do you do like martial arts or something like that? All right, I can see the likes going up, so we'll get to some questions. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. That's all I asked for. You know, I'm going to sit here and answer your questions for an hour, so let's hook a brother up. You know what I mean? Alex, what's going on, man? My parents gave me a weird name, and my username is just name. It's just my name. Oh, gosh. That's funny. How do you pronounce that? Is it Brie? Brie? What's up, guys? Happy to be here. What's up, Ed? Thank you, thank you. Caught a live stream. Yeah, baby. Sunshine Coast of Queensland. Victoria, happy to have you here again. I remember you from another time. Martin, what's going on? I just closed a deal to help a local flea market do some Facebook marketing. It's my first client, so I'm kind of nervous, but I'm excited. Tyler, it's good to be nervous. You want to be nervous on your first job because it's going to keep you sharp. It's going to keep you on edge about things, and it's not going to let you get complacent. Nervous usually means you can't get complacent, right? Because you're constantly trying to make sure things are going right. So nervous is a good thing. The biggest thing, man, is make sure that you have a solid plan in place. And that goes to everything from the marketing plan itself to what outsourcing you need to hire to how you will, what processes you're going to set up and have in place for them to be able to complete their work for the marketing campaign. There's a ton of planning that goes into running your agency that a lot of people don't realize. And really, again, I guess that's another reason why our school does so well is because we actually provide those processes and SOPs and workflows for people so they don't have to really think about it too much. Like, we give you examples and guidelines, you just have to take it and shape it to your agency. But Tyler, be nervous, but it's okay, man. And again, if you fail, that doesn't mean stop, okay? So I want you to understand that a lot of people get their first client and they struggle or fail. And the reason why is because it's hard. It's not as easy as, yeah, you just go on Facebook and post some shit. No, it is a lot more complicated than that. So if you fail, don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as, okay, I learned what not to do. And you need to seriously look at yourself, look inward, and analyze and say, what did I do wrong? And really be able to answer that. If you can answer that honestly with yourself, you're guaranteed you're born to be an entrepreneur. But if you can't answer that about yourself, it's going to be very difficult. Or if you can't look at the negative things that happen or the bad things that happen to yourself or look inwardly, it's going to be hard to be an entrepreneur. If you guys agree, then say something in the comments below. Do you think that to be an entrepreneur, you have to be able to look inwardly and criticize pretty toughly? Or do you think that's bad to look inward and criticize yourself too roughly? Do you think that, obviously there's a certain extent where you're just beating yourself up, but, I think personally that you have to be able to look at yourself inwardly and you have to be able to look at the things you do wrong to learn from it and to be able to do better the next time. So what do you guys think? I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it's a life changer. The process, I actually just started Muay Thai, and it is amazing. Well, I've not just started. I started doing it like 4 months ago, but I love it. Muay Thai is a lot of fun, and my coach tells me I'm pretty good too, so that's always nice. To learn you're good at something, you're like, yeah, I'm good at something. I can fight, I can beat people up. I'm a stone cold killer. but not really, guys. Y'all know me. I ain't no killer. Let me see. Hey, dude, do you need a website to start SMMA on Facebook? Omar, you don't need a website, but I strongly recommend having a website. It's that level, it adds more authority and trust to your business. Businesses in today's day and age who don't have a website, honestly, don't even really seem like legitimate businesses, right? Like if somebody came up to you and was like, hey, give me a couple thousand for my service. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. What's your service? I sell digital marketing. Okay, cool. What's your website? I don't have a website. The hell you mean you don't have a website? You perform digital marketing campaigns and you don't have a website? Like that's what people actually think. And not only that, but what the hell do you mean you don't have a website? You're a business in 2019 and you don't have a website? Like that's what people think. So you don't have to, but I strongly recommend getting one. But that's the thing, is there's really nothing that can stop you. The only thing that would stop you is if you like had no computer or no access to a computer whatsoever. Like if you lived in the middle of the Sahara Desert, you couldn't do this, right? But, and even if you did, if you lived in the middle of Sahara and you had a laptop and internet that was good enough for you to work, you could definitely do it in the Sahara Desert. But it wouldn't be the easiest, I'll tell you that much. But the thing is, guys, anything, you don't need anything to get started. Basically, if you're looking at things that you say you don't have or you need but you don't have yet, and you're saying you can't start, then you're just making up excuses, in my opinion. You're not really doing yourself any justice. You're really hurting yourself because all you're telling yourself is you can't do something. So yeah, you totally can. Straight out of Fort Worth, Texas, give me some advice on prospecting real estate agents. The biggest thing with prospecting anybody is understanding if they are qualified to purchase your services. And what that comes down to is, number one, can they afford it? And I say can they afford it because that is the most important thing. If you get up to a client and your minimum, retainer is $1,500 a month, and you get to a client and they can't afford but $500 a month, you didn't do enough, outreach, or you didn't do enough research about the industry or the business to really understand what type of money they're probably making, right? So like at this point now, I can look at pretty much any restaurant online and tell whether they're going to be a potential customer or not worth my time, right? And it's just from knowing the industry. So for example, with restaurants, I know that a single location pizza restaurant is more than likely not going to be able to afford my services. Why? They have one location. Also, when you think about the revenue that they generate, right? Let's think about the revenue of a pizza restaurant. And you guys have to be able to do this too. If we look at the revenue of a pizza restaurant, we know that you can get an extra large pizza for like $25. And that's on the high end, right? Like a nice, fully loaded, extra large pizza for $25. Maybe $30 on the high end, right? If that's the case, and that entire pizza feeds a family of 4, right? And maybe they order breadsticks. They just walked out of there with an entire meal at a decent restaurant because that restaurant is charging $30 for a pizza. That's pretty expensive. But they're walking out of there spending $35, maybe, $42, $45 with tip if they drank water, right? If they all drank water and they just ate the pizza, they're walking out of there for $45 to feed 4 people. That's not really a ton of money, right? And not only that, but I know that profit margins for restaurants are probably around 1 to 3%, depending on the style of restaurant. There are restaurants that get out of that, but on average, it's 1 to 3% profit margin. So that means on every dollar, they're keeping about a penny, right? So that's not that great, or 2 to 3 cents. And when you look at that, you have to understand, you kind of start thinking, okay, well, if it's one location, they only make that much money, and they can feed 4 people and only get a tab of $50 versus, let's say, like a steakhouse, where those 4 people are going to spend $125 to $150, it just starts to add up. Like that one pizza restaurant probably can't do that. But not only that, I've also had experience going into restaurants and them telling me, oh yeah, we definitely can't afford that. So it comes from experience, guys. A lot of this does come from experience. But you can eliminate that by thinking, and this was when I first started out. Like I had no clue really what I was doing. I had no guidance, and this was years and years and years ago. But the biggest thing is really looking at the business and trying to understand their revenue, understand their profit margins. How much money are they making? Try to get an idea. Go drive by that. If you want to actually, really reach out to them, go drive by their location at some point, maybe on your way into work. Or maybe it's, on a Friday evening before you're going out, you drive by the place really quick and see what they're like on a Friday evening. Like, are they popping or are they not? And go by on a lunch shift. Really get to know that business and understand what their traffic's like, or what their foot traffic's like. That's going to help you understand whether they can afford it. Once you determine if they can afford it, then they have to have a need, right? If they're doing really well with their online marketing, you can tell they're probably driving decent lead generation, or driving decent amount of leads through their sales funnels, then they're probably not going to spend their time talking to you. A business that is happy and that is doing well with online marketing doesn't really necessarily want to talk to another agency, even when price comes into the situation, because they know when they sacrifice price with marketing, a lot of businesses already know when they sacrifice that budget, they're probably going to get a worse quality of product. And so a lot of people aren't willing to take on that type of risk with their business, especially when they have a system in place that's working. When it comes to your business, people are super sensitive, right? So if they have a system that's working, we're not going to change that system. We're going to let it keep working. We might make small revisions to it to tweak it, but we're definitely not going to do a complete overhaul and bring in a completely new system, right? That doesn't make sense. So think about it that way. But those are my tips for you, Abu. I hope that helps. Let me see what some of y'all said. Definitely have to look at yourself. You need to be able to objectively critic and problem solve. The physical outside is a direct reflection of the inside. Tony Robbins taught me that. That's a good way to look at it. By the way, how'd you put your name? Bria. Oh, wait, that's Bria? Oh, man, yeah, I never would have got Bria from that. I'm glad you told me that, because I would have been like Bria all night. I did it in the Mojave Desert. I lived out of a van for 6 months and got Wi-Fi at truck stops. Well, there you go. Point proven. You can do it from literally freaking anywhere. What price do you recommend? I charge to small... What price do you recommend I charge to small Dominican restaurant, and at what price? And at what price? Well, you put price twice. I'm thinking $1,300 plus $500 for outsourcing and ad budget. Is that too much? I mean, I don't really know what you're doing for their campaign. So that's the thing. I need to know everything that you're doing for their campaign. Are you creating social content? What channels are you managing? Is it just Facebook? Is it all of them? How many times are you posting a week? Are you creating video for them? Are you writing the ads and creating all of the videos for the ads for them? What's the ad budget itself? You said $500 for outsourcing an ad budget. I'm not even sure what that means. To be completely honest, I'm confused as to how you're trying to set that up. Like, what's the $1,300 for and what's the $500 for? Yeah, I didn't have a website or even business cards for months. Nobody yet has inquired. Most business cards get torn up and tossed. Clients do ask for referrals, and that was tough at first. Yep. Clients want to see that you can do what you say you can do, and the reason why is because they have probably worked with an agency before that said the same damn thing, and then when it came time for them to put up or shut up, they had to shut up. So that's why I always stress to people the importance of the education. The education is the most important thing, people. It is by far the most important thing, because if you don't get it right and you go into businesses and start fucking with their money, because that's what you're doing, you're going to have some pissed off people and they're going to leave reviews. You lose somebody $5,000, $20,000, guarantee you they will write a review. Shit, you lose somebody $1,000, they're going to write a review about you, and it will not be good, because when someone else goes to look you up online and do their due diligence, or perform their due diligence, they're not going to recommend you, because they're going to see that negative review left by someone that said, I gave them $1,000 and they did nothing for me. We didn't even get one lead. No business is going to follow up with that. Oh, man. Patrick Mahomes is out, guys. What do y'all think about Mahomes? Any of y'all football fans? I'm watching, not watching, because clearly I'm talking to you guys, but I'm, kind of glancing over at the Hawks game every now and again, because if y'all ain't know, I'm a Hawks fan. I don't think... Oh, wait, I do. Oh, you can't see it. I'll show you. So I got this recently from a friend who actually got to go out and meet. I think it's Tyreek Prince. I can't remember. Trayvon Prince. I always get his first name wrong, but I know his last name's Prince. I'm pretty sure it's Tyreek, but I could be completely wrong. Either way, he was a Hawks player last year. He was pretty sweet, and I love basketball, so he signed it. It was pretty sweet. So, oh no, whoops! This basketball's so hard to sit on the shelf. I need to get like a stand for the basketball. It usually sits, but like, there we go. I got to sit. All right. Hang on, I'm coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Alright. But anyways, if you guys ever want me to, fly out to your city and watch one of the Atlanta teams play, just let me know. I'll fly out. You get the tickets. I'm just kidding. I won't make y'all take me out. But I gotta tell y'all, I'm a little bougie with my tickets now. Ever since I went and sat on the floor for that Hawks game last time I went, I can't get over that. Just watched your first video of the night epic. Mom, what are you talking about? What does that even mean? First video of the night. What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Mahad, I wish I could say Falcons rise up, but you know why I can't say that right now, because there ain't nothing to rise up about. 1,300 would be for me. 500 would be to spend on paid ads on Facebook and Instagram, and to outsource certain tasks on Fiverr. I'd offer SEO, IG, Facebook, website, copywriting, and content. Jesus. All right, so here's the issue. You're offering too many services for too little of a budget. $500 is not going to be enough to do the ad budget and outsource jobs. The $1,300, you're paying yourself way too much. I'm telling you that right now. Here's another issue. I guess I need to break this down. I don't think I've ever done this before. Like, how much money do you keep when a client gives you $2,000? You don't keep hardly any of that in the beginning. At least in my opinion. Now look, I know you guys have to pay yourselves. The Fun House? Rhonda, Mother, will you be more specific, please? What are you talking about, the Fun House? Are you talking about my office? Like, what are you talking about? But here's the thing. Too many people, when they set the budget, right? Like, they get the amount that they're going to get paid monthly for a client. And say it's $2,000. You're getting $2,000, and you're telling me that you want to keep $1,300. So, like, you're going to pay yourself $1,300 because you're paying yourself way too much. You really need to take, like, for yourself, maybe $500 out of that. That goes to you and the agency, and then the other $1,500 you take and put towards outsourcing and ad management. Wait, was it 13? No, I'm sorry. You take $400 out for yourself, and you put the other $900 into outsourcing and ad management. That's what I would do if I were you. But yeah, you don't have that broken down the right way. Oh, the goofy looking live. I was like, what the hell is she talking about, bro? I have no clue what she means. Yeah, I thought I deleted it. I did. Ugh. But yeah, you don't have that broken down the right way. I thought I deleted it. Somebody gave me a down thumb. What, did I miss your question? It always makes me laugh when people give me down thumbs too, because you don't realize that you're actually still helping because I'm getting engagement out of it. I love it. Like, people come by just to hate, so they'll drop a down thumb. And I'm like, thank you. Appreciate you. No, why would I leave it? Jordan only signed Wilson's. It was a Spalding. I didn't know that, actually. Come on, Hawks! All right. Copywriting is it's writing. So like social media posts, ads, website copy, landing page copy. Everything that is pretty much written is copy. Even blog articles are technically copy. Value-driven follow-up. How? Oh, Mahad. Okay, money is in the Did you have something else before that? Okay. Money is in the follow-up. What's your value-driven follow-up strategy that you can share? So the biggest thing is you have to understand what your audiences are looking for. What are business owners really trying to learn about their marketing campaigns? And how can I provide that to them in a way that is teachable to them? Because that's the thing. Don't look at it as how I attracted you to this content, because that's not what you're trying to do. You guys, even though you're both looking for the same topic, your intent is completely different, right? You want to learn the in-depth of everything digital marketing because you want to use it to start an agency. Where the business owner who doesn't want to start an agency, they just want to improve their marketing, is trying to learn what strategies they can implement themselves. And to be honest, if you try to go deep into some conversation about digital marketing, you're going to struggle getting those people to understand what you're talking about. So I would try to keep it higher level and talk about, digital marketing trends to start off with to gauge their interest, or some type of cool download or calculator or something that they can do or that you can deliver to them to gauge interest in what specific service that they might be interested in, right? Because not every business owner is going to have an interest or even be aware of all of the services out there, right? You have your 5 major ones, which we do with our acronym SWEPS. So what I would do is I would create lead magnets and downloads or templates or whatever you can do for each primary service, and then try to deliver those to people, then have follow-up content that goes out about each one of those services, helping that business owner improve whatever that marketing is. What is the best theme WordPress for blogging platform? Oh, I can't tell you that. They all have different names, and there's like thousands of them, so I couldn't tell you. And I don't develop my websites. We just build a wireframe. Like, we build the sitemap, we build the wireframe. We give them a a branding guide that has all of our fonts in it, sizes and colors and logos and everything like that. And then we send it over to them and say, hey, this is what we want it to look like. This is the content we want on the pages. Here's our branding guide, follow this, and put it together. And then they do all of the development themselves. They might ask us, hey, do you like this theme? And then we look at it and say, yeah, it looks good. And then we send it off. But I couldn't tell you the names of the themes. Boy, it's a little hot in here. I need a fan. I need Ted's mini fan. Is it plugged in? No, I think it's plugged in. Let me see. Well, it's plugged in. But, you wanna know what's funny? Because Ted, that dude idles on like 85 degrees. Like, his body, not like, his internal body temperature is obviously like, okay, so fine. I guess when I say 85 degrees, I was referring to the temperature inside the room. if you're talking about his body temperature probably idles at about 110. Because the dude is always hot. He wore, it was like 42 degrees going into work today, which in Georgia, you know, we stay hot pretty year round. So when it gets to 42, you're like, damn, that's a little cold. Because you're not used to the cold. And so, yeah, he shows up to work. It was windy. It was kind of dark. And he's wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm in like sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt and a jacket. Because everybody else is too. Ted's like weird, dude. He seriously idles at 110. Didn't y'all sit there hot or like get hot? Or are y'all cold people? Girls are always cold, I feel like. I feel like girls are always like super chilly. And they're always freezing or something like that. And I'm just like, I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I'm never usually hot or cold. But I do have to sleep with it cold. If it ain't cold when I go to sleep, then it sucks. Do you like having a team that works in-house more than having contractors, and how do you find your team? Grace, I honestly like the mixture of both because, number one, you don't need an in-house person for every single job. You just don't. There's a lot of jobs that we do where we just go hire someone and they're temporary. That's all we need them for is that one little job. But I also like having the team because I like having that stability of people who are surrounding me who know a lot of what's going on with the business and they're consistent, right? There's no fluctuation between them. But again, you know, you kind of need a mixture of both, in my opinion. Now, when you first start off your agency, you can only do contracting. You can't afford to pay the salary of someone who is going to work in your office, which is fine. That's how all businesses start, right? But then once you start to get to that point, that's when you want to transition and start hiring some people internally. When is the best time to transition from direct sales, i.e. email outreach, to content distribution to attract inbound leads? Mahad, I would say wait until your agency is generating at least $25,000 to $30,000 in revenue a month. And the reason why is because you need to be able to step back from everything else you're doing with your agency to have time to create that plan. Because it's not as simple as just going out and saying, okay, we're going to create blog content, or okay, we're going to create YouTube videos. It's much more complicated than that. And I'm sure you're aware of that, but I just wanted to make sure and reiterate that fact to you. So I would say wait until you're about probably 25 to 30K in revenue. Then you have some money that you can invest in building that plan out instead of you having to devote all of your time towards that. He is a New Englander. We walk out in shorts in 35 degrees. Actually, girls on average need to have a room temperature 2 degrees higher than men. I have no clue why. Yeah, I do, because y'all are crazy and you gotta stay friggin' hot all the damn time, dude. Y'all drive me nuts with that stuff. Like, y'all will be sitting there and it's summertime in a hoodie and a blanket inside your house. I'm like, dude, it's like 102 degrees outside. Yeah, but I'm cold. How are you cold? Like, go stand next to the window. You'll warm up. Like, oh, goodness. What did you learn in university and how you start your agency? Shad, could you be a little more specific? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you asking me if I learned how to start my agency in university, or is that two separate questions? Like, what did I learn in college, and how did I start my agency? Is that two questions or one? I can't really tell. Ugh. But allergy season's back, so now I have stuffy nose and headaches for like at least another 2-3 weeks, which is not fun. Do you hold any meetups? Would love to connect in Atlanta. Mahad, we've actually been thinking, we're actually in the process of well, not in the process yet, I can't say that, but we do have it on the timeline to get to hosting local events and virtual seminars. So we're going to host, if you guys, actually, I would love to know you guys' feedback, because I haven't asked this yet on a live stream, and we've got 28 people here. But would you guys be interested in a virtual mastermind and in-person masterminds? The virtual mastermind would be a lot larger of a group, because obviously tons of people would be interested in that, especially since they could just sit at their computer and they don't have to travel. But the in-person mentorships and masterminds are going to be a little more intimate. So they're not going to be as many people. We're thinking like, 10 to 15 people tops at a mastermind where I get to spend one-on-one time with each person. So obviously those will be a lot more expensive, like quite a bit more expensive, obviously, than a virtual mastermind. But would you guys, the question is, would you guys be interested in either one of those? If so, which one? Do you think the virtual one would be more your style? Or do you think a mastermind in person where you're spending anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 for a few days of training would be more worth it? 2 to 3 days training would be more worth it. What do you guys think? In person. Never been to a mastermind, but would love the in person. Like I said, it is much more expensive. But I studied business management and marketing and sales. I had a dual major in entrepreneurship and management, and then the other major was marketing and sales. I can't even. I didn't have a minor because I chose to do the dual major instead. And then you said, how did I start my agency? I just started, man. I don't really think I started like I said I did in my how to start a social media marketing agency video, pretty much. There's not like really one blanket statement that I can say that covers how I started my agency. But I just did. I just went for it. Best mentors for messenger marketing. My buddy Chris Hardin, CHRISAHHA, not AH, HARDIN. You can look him up on Facebook. He has a pretty great messenger tool that he uses with real estate agents, but he also knows a ton about it. My buddy Arvell Craig, who teaches in my course, is a great messenger influencer out there. Those are really the only two that I can think of off the top of my head right now. Mentors in general outside of that, Ruan Marino is great. Nathan Hirsch, Maxwell Finn. I think Kevin David is a great person to learn from if you look at the right stuff. He's going to bombard you with shit when you sign up for his list, but he does a great job at delivering content and creating sales funnels. I can say that for a fact. Where are we at with time? All right, so we are almost done for tonight, so I need you guys to do me a favor. We have about 26 watching, so I need you guys to hit the thumbs up button if you are ready to play the mentorship giveaway game. We're going to be giving away a mentorship program like we do every single night on my Thursday night lives. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button right below the video. If you're on mobile, go ahead and hit the X on the chat, and then hit the thumbs up button right below the video, and then bring that chat back up. But once I see that we get a few more thumbs ups on there, we will actually go ahead and get started with the mentorship game. So Truth Seeker, I actually have used Flonase and things like that before. I'm just too lazy with those. Like, I hate taking medicine. The only medicine I actually take will be like an ibuprofen, and that's if my head is really killing me. Like right now, I'm probably not going to take some because it doesn't really hurt that bad. It's just irritating. I don't know, man. I don't like taking medicine. I hate taking medicine. It's just irritating to me. But you guys do me a favor again. Hit that thumbs up button if you want to win the mentorship giveaway. Also, make sure you write a comment in the chat box saying that you're ready to play. So after you get done hitting that thumbs up button, bring the chat box back up and let me know that you're ready to play by saying, Jordan, I'm freaking ready. Yeah, thanks, Mom. Love you. Oh, baby. Oh, I love this chair. It's so much fun. Just lay back. I could sleep right here. Just. Well, I gotta say this. If y'all want to play, y'all better start typing you're ready, because I'm only seeing like 7, 8 readies. But, like I said last week, if you don't type ready, or at least say that you're ready to go in the comments box, you don't qualify to win. Same thing if you don't hit the thumbs up button. If you don't hit the thumbs up button right below this video, and you don't write a comment saying you're ready to play, then I just will give the mentorship to the next winner, the second place person. So don't be that first place person who doesn't get your mentorship program because you didn't do the thumbs up or you didn't say you're ready, let's play. You guys can see I'm like a child. It's the little things in life that entertain me, really. I don't need anything too complex. Ready Player One. Alright, well, we've got a list of about 6 people who actually qualify to play, so I'll just give it to them if they win. So, I have a question tonight, and it has 2 answers. I need both of the answers, alright? I need 2 answers, alright, in this one response. The question is, there are 2 things that you need to operate a business legally, at least in the United States. I've covered this a lot on all of my videos, but there are 2 things you need. You have to have these 2 things. What are the 2 things you have to have legally to run a business? And really, that's the same in the UK. I believe it's also the same in Canada. I can't tell. It's the same with a lot of European countries, I know for a fact. I don't know how it is in Asia, and I don't know how it is in South America. But there are 2 things you need to start a business legally. What are those 2 things? Brad Way, you actually don't have to have insurance. A U.S. citizenship. King Rebo, I can't accept your answer, but only because the first half of it is technically not correct. Because that is not a classification of a type of business. You guys are all kind of close. But some of you are saying the wrong terminology. And I'm actually going to be, somebody had part of it right earlier, and then a couple of you are getting the second half of it right. King Bread, you almost have it right. You just got to switch up the first half and say what the real name of it is. I haven't given away yet. You can still type the answer in. You can type in more than one answer. If I say, I'm giving you guys hints. Boom, Brad Way. You're the guy who got it. It's actually a business license. Your LLC is just the classification of your business license. Okay, so I want to make sure you guys understand that. And I'm not saying that. It's not that I don't want to give the license or I don't want to give it away to somebody. But, and yeah, it's either EIN or tax identification number. Your EIN stands for employee identification number or employer identification number. But it is the business license that a lot of you are missing. And I want you guys to know there is a big difference between legally you having to have an LLC and a business license. Legally, the license is needed, and that is attached to your LLC, or really your LLC is attached to that license. Okay, so Brad Way, you are the winner for tonight's giveaway. Make sure, I don't think you've won before, so make sure to send a message to my business Facebook page. That's facebook.com/serial entrepreneur, and we will get your mentorship program over to you. But guys, I'm sorry if any of you didn't get it 100% and you were close. that's why, and I guess I should clarify for you guys for the future. If you don't get the answer right the first time, you're okay to write the answer or write another answer. It's the first person to get it right. I leave it completely open so that way everybody has a chance. It's not just one answer and then you're done. But again, the correct answer was your business license and your tax ID or your tax identification number or your EIN. All of those answers for the tax portion of it were acceptable. So, guys, that is it for tonight's live event. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Make sure you all license in L is same as, oh, forget it, L. License in it, same as. That was pretty funny. All right, you guys have a great night. I appreciate all of you for stopping by. I love all of you very much, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your week. Do some learning over the weekend. Always be learning. Always stay learning, guys. But that is it for me for tonight. I will see you all next time. Until then, Serial Entrepreneur out. Bye, guys.